So here we go. So this is a special session with myself and Bird versus Plane because in our last episode, Iska died. We saw that playthrough from our other player character's view, but we did not get to experience what Iska experienced. After being caught in the corrosive cloud cast by Vertex as she was playing and bridging the song to undermine his armor and lower his armor class. Iska neglected her own safety in order to try to save her friends, and with very few hit points left was caught within this corrosive cloud. When it first hit, it knocked her to 0. Then rolled a nat 1 on her first death saving throw, which means 2 failures. And then at the beginning of her turn, took additional damage from the cloud and fell dead. Upon the end of the battle, our other adventurers ran over to try to resurrect her, as they did have a resurrection scroll and also a couple different avenues to take if a party member falls truly dead. Axel was the first to discover, as he tried to use one of his runes, it literally slid off of Iska as though he could not engrave it into her skin, which put him into a bit of a frenzy. And Luna, praying to St. Cuthbert at the time, received some direction that Iska's soul was missing, and missing not in a natural way, but was somehow trapped, stolen, not moved on as in the regular order of things, but had found its way somewhere else. And so we now turn to Iska. Iska, you are playing your song in just absolute clenched teeth, spit in your eye, back at Vertex when this green cloud of acid and death surrounds you. Because you are singing, all it took was one deep breath as you continued on this aria, which is a loud, booming song. And the last thing you see is Vertex's smiling face as he watches you fall into the cloud, seeing that you had inhaled a large portion of it. And as blackness takes you, you find yourself drifting. You are in this weightless place, almost suspended. It's almost like you're rocking in a cradle, this gentle, warm, familiar place. And slowly, your senses come to you, but not completely. Smells of comfort, sort of worn wood and hearth, maybe a home, polished metals. You are able to open your eyes, but your vision is blurry. You feel, again, weightless, but you have presence here. It seems to be a large, open space, a room of some sort. What's going through your mind, Iska?
I knowingly put myself in harm's way because I thought even if I die here, someone else might not. So Iska is racked with... She's trying to fight this thought that you didn't live up to your potential. I think she kind of realizes what happens, that she was going down in this corrosive acid. I think it's clicking that I'm dead. I think this is what comes next. And there's this disappointment that she didn't make it. She didn't live up to what she should have done. But she is clinging to the comfort that maybe it was her fate to prevent someone else's from ending too quickly. And so she is had this battle going on of, you shouldn't have done that was the only thing you could do. And now as she's coming back into this, there's this confusion about what exactly, where this is sort of familiar. So she's just kind of struggling with all of that and also trying to figure out where she is.
Okay.
What she is now.
So as you sort of ponder that, you start to begin to take in details, even though your vision is not clear. Perhaps it's from the corrosive acid. Perhaps it's just the nature of what has happened to you. Everything seems to be almost giant in scale, and you're really unable to focus on details, but there are bright sparkles, glints of reflective light off the walls and overhead that sort of seem to be far off in the distance. Dust motes sort of gently float and drift through the air. And as I said, there's almost this, even now, as you've sort of found presence in here, there's almost this peaceful swaying motion in your weightlessness. Off across the room, you see motion. As a huge shape rotates, humanoid, and starts to loom towards you. An oversized, older man's face that you can't make out the features of begins to come closer and closer to you. You are still semi-weightless and unable to move. Do you try to do anything?
I try to speak. At first, just make a noise, not even words. I just try to see if I'm capable of it.
It's interesting. It's almost as though your jaw seems locked in a single position. Lover, you do seem to make some sort of squeak almost. And the features as you make a sound, they slowly come into focus as he gets closer and closer, and you see staring at you one green eye and one gold eye. And his voice speaks out. Iska, so soon? I thought more of you, really. Well, we can't have this, can we? You have so many more songs to learn and to teach me. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other soon. At Falcon's Crest, yes. You might have beat me to the water wheel, but I have the head start this time. And with that, he places a huge thumb on your forehead, on your tiny forehead, and you feel your spirit lift out of to whatever container it was in. And as you lift toward the ceiling, you see a clockwork harlequin on a workbench that looks just like you. And as you float out of his wagon, you see a crossroad that says, "May Providence be with you," and a sign pointing the way to Falcon's Crest. You are whisked back into your body. Find yourself being carried by Kel and scream out.
No!
You realize in that moment he wasn't lying. He has stolen your songs. You now have a -5 penalty to performance checks as he has now stolen a piece of your talent and songs that he has somehow learned through a connection with you that you have played over the last time since last encountering him. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
I'm so angry. I'm so upset right now. I
figured you'd know when to scream.
Bati is the one searching for the same songs I am.
And somehow as your
can
soul
reach out, and now has corrupted me in such a way that performance on those songs or performance in general, like he has corrupted me so.
Your performance ability now has a -5. He is stealing your talent and somehow doing something with it in relation to this doll.
Letting him breathe a second more was a mistake at Sojourns that I need to correct this mistake. Are you kidding me, dude?
It's been in the works.
I've been, ever since the Fates mentioned there was another, I was wondering who it could be. Who was going to show themselves as my rival, a potential equal. For some reason, it didn't occur to me, but now that it has, there's no one else it could have been all this time. There's no one else it could have been. That son of a bitch.
He didn't lie to you. He has a vested interest in seeing
that
you
son
be
of a bitch.
Alive and free to discover and travel and create songs.
All the beauty and horror I'm going to unleash on that piece of shit. I'm so, actually angry. This dude has, constructed every single nightmare that's been in this entire campaign for my character.
Somehow, some way, y'all's destinies, your fates are intertwined.
Of course. The one person that I am connected to on a level no one else I'll ever be connected with. It had to be Bati. All because I joined a goddamn caravan somewhere.
Well, he is from Qualverine, which has all of its implications with it as well.
God.
There you were, and he was already there waiting for you. Shall we keep recording, or as you decompress, this be your little bit of Dungeons and Coffees since you
I don't even know what to say. Like I said, I'm like legitimately upset right now. Like I knew Bati, I knew letting Bati go. It made sense in character. I, as a player, was like, I need to nip this thing in the bud. I didn't, because it didn't make sense, and it made sense for Iska to have a fear of even trying to instigate something.
He is not someone to be easily trifled with.
Exactly. But I didn't think he would return in such a way.
Dude, he literally took your soul when you died.
And there was a Clockwork Harlequin
Of Iska.
that looks okay.
Just
That,
like
first of all, weird, dude. That's just creepy.
it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Dude, hounds. The hounds. He even told you the hounds, are infused with the souls.
The souls, and it makes sense again why he bought the contract, because I wasn't gonna do any good if I had to be returned to that damn caravan. I wasn't gonna be off exploring and trying to find these songs and trying to figure out
Who you were.
exactly. Oh my god, so annoyed. I want to just ask like everything, but I know I can't. Like,
I mean,
I just,
you can ask what you would like. I mean, if it
yeah.
relates to what you know already or things you might not remember clearly, because
Well,
I mean, we've always said you have. I would rather you guys participate than be buried in notes. So if
Right.
it's, you know,
No, it's straight up just like, so not -5 on all performance checks.
yep.
Cool, I'm a bard. I'm glad I got that damn Vice Surge, because I would be
Well, dude,
nerfed right now.
I can't even tell you what, because I was like, depending on when you die and how many songs he has stolen.
Oh no.
I mean, I was starting to get concerned of just how awful it was going to be. You want to talk about literally, I mean, especially because I'm sitting there and when you got that, I was like, wow, I think I even said that. I was like, you have no idea how well your whole interpretation of this being the fates looking out for you works with the story, because the fates prepared you for this, prepared Iska for this with a Vice Surge.
God, that's great.
Dude, it gives me chills just like even like
Yep,
explaining
same.
it again. It's just like the dice, 123 options on a song to help protect someone, and you got the bonus.
I don't know. I just can't believe this. And it makes sense too. Now, Qualvarine, a city that basically exists, is it like a stretch to say like almost on its own plane, even like with all of the time
It's on
and
the
everything?
prime material plane, but it
Sure,
is in its own
but
temporal anomaly. Yes.
exactly. So it's almost people who play with fates in the same way that I do. Also, I cannot imagine having to battle with opposing Chords of the Fate. Maybe it's good I died this early.
I didn't know when it was going to happen. I mean,
Do I feel... Here's a question, and it's just mechanics and could be spoiler-based, which is what I was going to ask, but
yeah.
I don't care if I get the answer either way. Is the connection strong enough still for what's happening that I feel like when I learn more, it's going to immediately translate to him still?
I would say you don't know
Okay.
what is the conduit. How is
I
he?
mean,
How is he? I mean, I'll let you rack your own brain because I've kept track of when he did and when it happened. You'll have to rack your own brain.
I'm trying to think of what interactions I've had. Like, I think I still have the contract on me.
Yes, you do still have the contract on you.
And there's, I don't know, there are times in mind where I can think of things, but I'm almost wondering, because when we were in the caravan together, in Barrios' caravan, there was one night where when he was away, that I could sneak in there, and I did, and with someone who is so damn clever. I'm wondering if that wasn't set up in some fashion. Oh man. I'm so annoyed. I hate D&D so much. In the best way possible. Oh.
So, are you... I guess the real question is, like I said, for drama's sake, it's certainly been fun to see everyone else's faces when they heard the news the same time you did. But the reality is, this is even more personal, and how is Iska? It's up to you of whether you want to tell them, not tell them. They're certainly going to have questions. You were dead for an hour. So, are you, even if we want to, if you would like us to replay it, I mean, it won't be your original reaction, but we'll have this to show people of your original reaction. If you want to have the players hear it at the same time, we can still do that. Or we can have Iska, you can take ownership of this to tell them your experience, or not tell them your experience. Tell them a lie, tell them a story.
Here's the thing. I think she has to come clean about this. This is some rat bastard who they know, who we tried to track down at one point. Well, a drunken luck tried to track down.
Yeah.
But we're essentially being surveillanced in some way.
Yes.
And Iska, there's no chance would not tell everyone that, because not telling that and it coming to light later is just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Just being well, I knew this but didn't say anything because no. It's going to be a nightmare to try to explain this to people.
Well,
that my soul is being stolen and put into a Harlequin doll of myself. But, oh, God, man.
So,
why?
Yeah. So I guess that's the question is, and we can absolutely do this. What we could do is we could put this out for next. Actually, we're still recording, but I can also nip it off if we don't want to put all this in it. We can put this out as our bonus content for Labor Day, and then still play through it. Just tell the players not to watch. Play through it as the first thing of the episode, or we can start up with you coming to. And you telling the story.
I think let's start
and then
up
let them go and watch this. Say, hey, you're now clear to go watch it if you
whenever you want to. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't imagine having to explain to 6 other people that my soul was stolen by a man and put into a clockwork doll of myself. I don't. Oh my God, and then my performance sucks so much. It doesn't suck, but it's just nerfed. I'm a bard.
Dude, I believe you have a plus 11 to performance right now, don't you?
I know, but
oh heavens!
I've gotten comfortable with that plus 11. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Going into the vice with the -5.
Going into the vice. The one positive thing I can say about this is that probably not a whole lot of magic use in the vice, so maybe not a whole lot of performance checks. So if this is going to happen, a good time to do it. This also solidifies. I've been doing a lot of thinking back and forth on it, and this solidifies that if my talent is corrupted right now, my ability to be a good bard is marred in some way right now. And the more I learn, potentially the more I learn for Bati.
Correct.
I do have, however, something I'm very interested in learning about that doesn't involve music.
Yep.
And that involves hurting people, which
Correct.
is the only thing I want to do. So this is the incentive for me to forego my 6th level College of the Maestro benefit and figure out how to work a pistol and introduce that to Bati Hatilathar.
I gotta tell you, I kind of love the idea because we made that clarification that this is a blunt instrument compared to Bati's stuff, and there is some poetic justice of the idea that you he's expecting you to show up as a bard, and you're going to show up part gunslinger.
Yep.
Which could be very interesting. I will tell you, it makes me do some thinking, and I love it.
Good. Yeah, I don't know. That just makes the most story sense to me, that improving my performance now, or learning how to perform better, almost seems... He corrupted the thing I love most. He corrupted the thing I wanted nothing more than to be the absolute best at.
Yep.
And it's even having the thought beforehand that, like, I never lived up to my potential as a performer, as someone to change things in the manner that I choose to do so. And that following with, oh, wait, you've taken a lot of my joy out of this. You've taken my drive to be better away. Ah, man, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. Someday, somehow, I don't know. Ugh. I love the Vice so much, and the way that it makes me feel so bad.
I could tell you, with everything else that's been being piled on in this dungeon, there was a part of me that was trepidatious about the fact that this could happen, knowing the fights that y'all had ahead of you, and that this was going to get piled on too, but here it is.
So it goes, man. Like, I think we've all had the worst time in this dungeon. And yeah, it's a, giant cosmic dragon that burn it to the ground. Burn this place, leave it for ashes. I hate this place. I never want to come back again. It's doing the worst. It's bringing out the worst in all of us. We all feel bad all the time. I thought Verdant Falls was hard.
Hey, dude, I had to I had to bring it.
Consider it brought.
Yeah. Make sure you guys stayed on your toes. There are, we'll see. I was going to say, there's still more dungeon to go, man.
Cool.
Cilia
oh my
is
God,
not cured.
We haven't even fixed Cilia yet. Oh. Oh, everything is the worst. I want to learn how to shoot the gun. I just want to deal some damage. This is so bad, too, because I just got done telling you recently that, like, oh, no, I really want to focus hard on support and, like, learning more and figuring out how to boost my allies.
And the whole time I'm just sitting there going...
All I wanted to do...
Coming. But somehow you managed not to ever die. But...
Listen, I'm a Stormbreaker, I'm a Fate Singer, and now I'm a Gunslinger. It's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay at all, but I'm just gonna keep telling myself it's gonna be okay. Fate, just gotta trust fate. Oh, man. I wish I could say more, but I'm really just shaken. I'm shook. Consider me shook.
That was the intent. I'm glad that I delivered for you. Everyone always wants to make, you know me, I want to tell a compelling story that you feel is affecting you. And so I'm glad this didn't get this. I'm glad this kept your interest.
Here's the thing too, is that when you said, like, you'll know when to yell no. You'll know it. I went over so many scenarios. Like, does Iska's mom die somehow? Like, through some weird connection or vision? Does something terrible happen within the party? Do I see some vision of, like, the end of all of us? And somehow, preparing for the worst and imagining every scenario, this topped all of those. Because it's cruel. It hurts me as a player. I'm very excited to play again soon. I will say that, and that's the highest compliment I can give, is that I cannot wait to play more. It's going to be rough, but I can't wait to play more.
It's a journey. The treasure was the journey all along. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
Welcome back, Iska. You're alive.
I'm here. And that's the most I can say about it. I'm here.
Where can people find you out there, Bird?
You can find me on Twitch at Bird vs. Plane, on Twitter, Bird vs. Plane. I do a bunch of side projects, but follow me on Twitter to see all those things. And pray that someday I get my hands on this son of a bitch who stole my soul.
Until then, I am Tall Squall. It is a pleasure to bring you guys this crazy little story and to have these incredible cast members who play along with my cruelty. Until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about, guys. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed this bonus content. Bye-bye.